All right, welcome back to English 1 practice test preparation. Okay. A written test preparation. We're going to continue with the practice test that we were studying in the previous lecture. Okay. In lecture number 1, if you didn't listen to it, we went into parts 1 and 2, and we began part 3. In this lecture, we're going to finish part 3, and then we are going to continue with 4 and 5, parts 4 and 5. Okay. All right. As you remember from lecture number 1, in part 3, right, we're putting the words in order to create a sentence. Okay. Let's continue. We were in question number 7, which was a past tense question from Unit 9. In number 8, okay, we're going to go to Unit 12. Okay, so this question deals with the future tense. Okay, now if you haven't done these questions, maybe pause the lecture and then you can put these sentences in order by yourself. Okay, so put the words in the correct order and make sure you give yourself enough time and you give yourself the practice to do this. Okay, so press pause. When you come back, we will review this as a group. All right, number 8, as I said, from Unit 12, we're looking at the future tense. In fact, key word is tomorrow. Right, okay, so we're looking at not just the distant future, but tomorrow. So what do we got here? Is to tomorrow, the weather, be what like going. Okay, so again, we're talking about tomorrow. All right. So I think we can see the structure here, going and to. So those are what I would call like a cluster. Okay? There's a strong collocation between those two words. Okay. Now going to usually precedes a verb. Weather could be a verb, but not the weather. The indicates this is a noun. Like and be. Okay. I'm not sure which is the verb. I also don't know, usually the be verb, if it's in a yes or no question, and we know it's a question, it would usually be in another form, like are or is or am I. The subject of the sentence appears to be the weather. Okay, and it looks like we got a interrogative here. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the first word is going to be what. I'm going to give that a capital letter. Okay, so we know that word. What? We know going to. And usually the time words go at the end, so I might put that at the very end right here. Okay. Good. What going to like tomorrow? Ah. Okay. So, we have the verb is right here. Okay. So we need a be verb before going to, right? So again, so the going to is really the same structure as the present progressive tense. So it is an ing, and we need a be verb right in there. Okay. What? Okay. So again, so what is? I think this is the subject, so we'll put it in here. Okay. So what is the weather going to like tomorrow? So what is the weather going to Okay, so this is something that you would have studied in Unit 12. Okay, we talked about the weather. It's going to be humid. It's going to be windy. It's going to be hot. Okay, there might be different ways to describe that. So what is the weather going to be like tomorrow? So that's something we studied in, again, Unit 12. Okay. So going to be like, so you're trying to describe something, okay? What is the weather, okay, so what is the weather, you forget this one, what is the weather like today? What's the weather like today? Oh, it's windy, it's humid, it's hot, okay? So that's what it is like today, okay? But if we're talking tomorrow, we're going to use the future tense, okay? So what is the weather like today? What is the weather going to be like tomorrow? Oh, and one more. Question mark? Good. Okay. Number 9. Eat a can. In dinner, you restaurant can. Does that look right? Let me double check that one. Okay, your practice test probably looks like that. Looks like I had too many cans. Okay, right. So, again, we're going to cluster some words. Eat dinner. You, okay, so we got a subject, we got a verb, and we got an object, okay? So, what have we got with that? So again, subject. You eat dinner. Okay, so you eat dinner. And another collocation I see, in and restaurant. Okay. Now you could say at home. You could, but usually we say in a restaurant. You'd say in the restaurant if there's only one, or if there's one that you know exists or you're already talking about. So you eat dinner in a restaurant. Okay, good. That's a good sentence. Okay, I don't know why you're telling me where I eat, but grammatically correct, and in some situations very good. Okay, you got a sentence or a period there. It's a statement. I'm just going to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm missing a word. I've got 6 words here, but I've got 7 words here. Okay, so I think you can figure out which word I'm missing. I'm missing a modal, can. And if you've been studying Unit 8, you'd know where you would put the modal. And you could put that right after the subject, sorry, right before the verb. You can eat dinner in a restaurant. Okay, good. It's kind of the idea. All right, so you saw what you did there. I gave you a bunch of words. You have to make a sentence, okay? That's what you have to do, okay? And you have to make that sentence, and you have to put the words together in groups. So in a restaurant or a structure, you eat dinner. So you see the subject, verb, object structure, okay? And you can do that with this activity. So on your test, you'll also have 3 questions of this type. And now you know what to do. Okay. Let's continue. We're finished with homework number 1. Please open homework number 2, and we can do that right now. All right, so this is homework number 2, page 2, of the 2 homework sheets you were given. Okay, so you're going to write an appropriate question for each answer. Okay, so the answer is given. You must create the sentence. You must create the question. Okay, in fact, I could put a little question mark here. Okay. All right, so you have to figure out what information you're given in the answer, and you can figure out what the question is. So number 10, and this will seem pretty familiar if you studied Unit 2. Unit 2, we talked about people, where they lived, their hobbies, their age, nationalities. I guess that was maybe Unit 1. But we talked about where they started life. Okay, so in here we're talking about a man. We have a verb here, and we have a place. Now notice in number 11, for example, this is a yes or no question. Okay, so that structure is a bit different. Here, you're given, in number 10, you're given pure information. He is from Ireland. Okay, now, so probably we're looking at a W5 question. Okay, there aren't 5 of them. They don't all start with W. Okay, but probably you're looking at who, what, where, when, why, maybe how. Okay, judging from the information, we're looking at a where question. Okay, so the information we're getting from Ireland. Now you could have a question like who. Who is from Ireland? He is from Ireland. Okay, that's fine, but usually we would answer with more precise answer. So I think with number 10, okay, we'll start off with where. Okay. Okay, we have a verb, where is, and okay, so maybe in a question, he has a name. So where is Dave from? Where is John from? So where is he? Right, so there we have the answer right there. So where is he from? And again, if you studied Unit 2, we remember that. Where are you from? Okay. So I am from Ireland. Where is he from? He is from Ireland. She is from Ireland. Everybody's from Ireland. Okay. So where is he from? He is from Ireland. Okay. So again, you're given all the information in the answer. You can construct it from there. So this is good for looking at structure and contents. Okay, so if you're able to understand what the question and answer, what people are trying to find out from questions and what answers they give, you can see the connection. You can see how it is answered. Let's go to number 11. Number 11. So as I said before, we've got a yes and no question right here. Okay, and the answer? No. Okay, so with a yes or no question, we're not beginning it with one of these interrogatives. Okay, so it's just going to be a basic verb. Okay, now we know the subject and we have a verb. Okay, now if it was a straight information answer, okay, so he is from Ireland, he lives in Ulsan. If the answer was just he lives in Ulsan, okay, again we have a where question, he, and a verb. So where lives he, or where does he live? Okay, so where does he live? He lives in Ulsan. Okay? That's not the question. Okay? Or that's not the answer. The answer is no, he doesn't. Okay, so probably from this answer here, we can see the verb asked right here. So we know the first word is does. Okay, save you the bother. So again, the first word does. We know that from the question or the answer here. This, okay, and we know that. We can see that here in the answer. Okay, we know the verb, we know the auxiliary verb, and besides, if we didn't, in fact, some people might not use this in an answer. Okay. In fact, for this answer, we could have just said, no, he lives in Ulsan. Okay. Which would have been fine. Okay. So does he live? Okay. Right. So it has to be a yes or no question. So I don't know what goes here, but not Ulsan. Okay. So anything else that you want to include. Does he live in Busan? Okay. Does he live in Busan? Okay. No, he doesn't. I'm just going to erase that a bit. All right. So, does he live in Busan? No, he doesn't. He lives in Ulsan. Okay. So again, if you studied Unit 6, okay, we're looking at where people are living in their daily lives. Okay. Good. All right, let's go to number 12. Number 12, I'm going shopping after class. Okay. All right. So in this one, again, it's another information question. So there's no yes or no, so it does not begin with an auxiliary verb or a modal or the be verb. It's just going to begin with something like this. Okay. Now, you might look at this, going to go, and you might be tempted to write where. Okay. Maybe something like, okay. Where are you going after class? I'm going to go shopping after class. Okay, that's probably pretty good. There's no real where though. Okay, it doesn't say they're going downtown. It doesn't say they're going to Samyeon or to the shopping center or the grocery store. They say that this is more of a what answer. So, what are you doing after class? Okay. What are you doing after class? Or maybe more precisely, as we studied in Unit 12, what are you going to do after class? Okay, so using a proper future tense. Okay. What are you going to do after class? I'm going to go shopping after class. Okay, good. Okay. So that's the activity. So the question, what? Okay, what do? I could say, what do you do every day? Well, I go shopping every day. Okay, but we're asking about a future event. When? Today, but after your class is finished. Okay, so I'm going to go shopping after class. One more possibility for this activity. For number 12, I'm going to go shopping after class. Try this one. I'll just keep the stem here. I'm going to go shopping after class. So we have the name of an activity, and you have also a time. So if we're looking for this information, this activity, go shopping, the question is what? What are you going to do? Okay. But if we focus on this time, then we could ask when. When are you going to what? Go shopping. When are you going to go shopping? I'm going to go shopping after class. Okay. So you can see often there's more than one answer. So don't be too worried if you think there's only one answer. Okay, just the key is to understand the statement and the different parts. You could conceivably say something like this, or this. Again, keep the stem. Yeah. So in this case, we know someone's going shopping, and we know they're going after class. The question is, okay, we're given this information of the answer. I want to find out who. Who's going to go shopping after class? I'm going to go shopping after class, okay? I don't think native speakers talk like this. As you learn the language, you'll find the answers and questions are often shorter and less formal. So again, for number 12, there's more than one answer, and you can write what you want, okay? But I think the best, to me, and I think most of your professors, what are you going to do? Okay, so there's more than one answer, but this is probably the one they're looking for, okay? We're focusing on the key activity here. Okay? So many answers. I think this is the best, and I think any answer should be okay. Let's go down to part 5. This is a bit easier, I think. Okay, you're given less information. In the practice test today, we're just asking questions about you and you and you. Okay. So write an appropriate answer for each question by using a full, complete sentence. Single word answers will be marked wrong. So, okay, what time did you wake up? Boo, boo, okay? Wrong, okay? What you need to do is you need to write a complete sentence. So give me more. So you gave me the information, what time, good. But we're looking for a full sentence. So the question has the verb, it has the subject and it has the verb here, okay? So I okay, so again, a one-word answer will be marked wrong. Okay. I wake up at 7 a.m. Okay, so again, so what time do you wake up? I wake up, okay, and then give me the time. Remember, if the question with time, we're looking for a preposition. I wake up at 7 a.m. Okay. All right. 14. Put my marker here. What were you doing this morning at 8 o'clock? Okay. So in this one, we're looking at the past continuous tense. Okay. The past progressive, sorry. Okay. And we studied that in Unit 10. Okay. So what were you doing this morning at 8 a.m.? Okay. So again, the past progressive, we're looking at sometime in this case, this morning at 8. Presumably, you're doing this, okay, after 8 a.m. Okay, and so again, at that moment, you were in the middle of something. Okay, so just watch this answer that I'll give you. So the subject is given, and the question you. So somebody's asked. So I'm asking you. The answer I. Okay, and in the question were you, because there's a question, and the answer will reverse those, and with the proper subject and verb agreement, I were. I was. I was eating. One more. I was eating breakfast. Okay. Okay. So I guess you don't need that last bit on there. we know what time it is, and this is a complete complete sentence. You have a subject, but more importantly, you have a verb, okay? And an object. Okay, but you again with 7 a.m. there's no verb, so the phrasal verb wake up will be good enough. In this case, eating. So at 8 o'clock I was eating. At 7:55 I started eating. At 8:05 I finished eating. Those are on the past tense. But at 8 o'clock I was eating. I was in the middle of eating. Okay. Good. Good. So we can write that down for that. So what you were doing. So you could see the tense in the question. It's a matter of you understanding, change the subject to the other person, which the verb agrees, still using the ing, use the correct verb. Okay, good. All right, number 15, what do you do on the weekend? Okay, so again, this is a present tense question. In fact, it's probably from the same unit as number 13, talking about regular activities. What time do you wake up? What do you do on the weekend? So regular activities, the present tense. What do you do on the weekends? Okay. Hang out with my friends on the weekend. I hang out with my friends on the weekend. Okay. Or, again, should be fine enough without. Good. So subject, verb, preposition, object. Okay. I meet my friends. I hang out with my friends. It's probably a bit more common English here. Okay. I go to work. Okay. I go to the beach. Yeah, that's what you do on the weekend. Okay. So again, subject, verb, preposition, object. Okay. So a subject, verb, object. Make sure you have a preposition if you need. Okay. So what do you do on the weekend? That's, we have the answer there. All right. All right. Okay. So that looks like something we can use for practice. So again, look over this, look over your answers, and more importantly, when you are reviewing for the test, it's a good thing you did this activity, but if you, as you do the questions in the practice test, you will have to maybe go back to your textbook and look at the information and see why these answers are correct. Okay. All right. Okay, so that concludes the second lecture and the second piece of homework. So I've kind of helped you do your homework for these two homework pages, but that's fine. Okay, this will help you get ready for the test. And again, these parts and these instructions will be in English and in Korean on the test, so you don't have to memorize them, but please understand them. You will see the same style of test on next week. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for a great semester. On behalf of your lecturer, I thank you. Wish you the best of luck. Good luck on your test. Good luck on your other tests. And have a good summer. Stay safe and good luck.